Imagine this. She's lying in bed late at night, her room dimly lit by the soft glow of her phone screen. It's quiet, the kind of silence that makes you confront your thoughts. As she scrolls aimlessly, her thumb freezes over an old photo of you. It wasn't a particularly dramatic photo. Maybe it was just a candid shot from a day when things felt simple and full of promise. But in that split second, the memories hit her like a wave. She pauses. Her thumb hovers over the screen, and her heart skips a beat. A knot forms in her stomach as emotions she thought were buried begin to surface. Suddenly, she's not just looking at a picture. She's reliving moments, the sound of your voice, the way you made her laugh, the comfort of your presence. She told herself she'd moved on, that life without you was better. But here's the truth. The void you left behind is far more profound than she ever anticipated. At first, she didn't notice it. She filled her days with distractions, told herself stories to mask the emptiness. But late at night, when everything quiets down, the loss becomes undeniable. Why? Because when you master the art of detachment and self-worth, you don't just pass through someone's life, you leave an imprint. You weren't just another person to her, you were a force of stability, authenticity, and strength. And now she feels that absence in ways she can't fully articulate. It's not just about what you did for her, it's about who you were. Stay with me, and I'll break down the psychology of why she feels your loss more than you think, and how embracing Stoic principles makes you utterly unforgettable. Part 1. The Power of Emotional Imprint. Every interaction you have with someone leaves an emotional imprint, a lasting mark that stays with them long after you're gone. Think of it as planting seeds in their memory, seeds that grow with time. When you are authentic, present, and deeply engaged in a relationship, you create moments that can't simply be replaced. These aren't just big, dramatic gestures. They're often the subtle, everyday things that linger in someone's heart and mind. Maybe it was the way you listened intently when she needed to vent, offering not just your ears, but your understanding. Or the way you remembered her favorite song, or how she takes her coffee without her having to remind you. Perhaps it was your calm, steady presence when everything around her felt chaotic. A rare sense of safety and assurance that is nearly impossible to replicate. This emotional imprint isn't about being perfect or doing everything right. It's about showing up in ways that make someone feel seen, valued, and understood. You gave her something rare, a connection grounded in depth, authenticity, and presence. And that's the kind of connection people don't forget. But here's the twist. When you left, you didn't just leave her life. You took those moments with you. She's left replaying them in her mind, especially during quiet moments when her distractions fade away. The way you made her feel secure, cherished, understood now feels like an empty space in her life. Human beings are wired to crave emotional connection, and when we experience something meaningful, it leaves an indelible mark on our psyche. Losing that connection feels like losing a part of ourselves, and that's why she feels your absence so deeply. It's not just about missing you as a person. It's about missing the emotions and the sense of belonging you brought into her life. And here's where it gets even more profound. The emotional imprint you left isn't easily replaced. She can try to distract herself with other people hobbies, or routines, but those fleeting substitutes don't compare to the depth of what you gave her. That imprint is unique, and no one else can replicate it because it was tied to you, your essence, your energy, and your presence. This is the power of emotional imprint. It lingers, grows, and reminds her of what's lost long after you've walked away. Part 2. The unexpected weight of loss. Here's the thing about human psychology. We often fail to value something until it's gone. When you were present in her life, your qualities, your strength, your kindness, your stability may have seemed ordinary to her. She may have even taken them for granted, not out of malice, but because she assumed they would always be there. People often grow accustomed to the things that bring them comfort, mistaking consistency for permanence. But when you chose to step back, whether because you felt undervalued or simply to protect your peace, something profound shifted. It's easy to dismiss someone when they're always around, but when their presence is replaced by silence, that absence becomes deafening. At first, she might have told herself that she was fine, even relieved. Maybe she distracted herself with friends, work, or new connections. But over time, those distractions lost their shine. The qualities you brought into her life, your steady presence, the way you made her feel understood and valued, became glaringly absent. And unlike material things, those intangibles aren't easily replaced. The unexpected weight of loss creeps in slowly. It's in the quiet moments when she realizes no one listens to her with the same patience you did. It's in the arguments she now has with others, where she remembers how you stayed calm instead of escalating the tension. It's in the laughter she hears but no longer feels, because it lacks the connection you once shared. This weight is amplified by an uncomfortable truth. She may never find someone like you again. People don't often admit this out loud, but deep down they know when they've let something or someone irreplaceable slip away. Your detachment wasn't just a physical absence, it was a reflection of your self-worth. By walking away, you forced her to confront what she had lost. This psychological shift is powerful. She begins to replay every interaction, every moment, wondering why she didn't appreciate them more when she had the chance. This is why the weight of losing you feels heavier than she ever imagined. It's not just about missing you, it's about realizing that what she dismissed or overlooked might have been exactly what she truly needed. Part 3. Why detachment amplifies value. Detachment is often misunderstood. Many see it as indifference or a lack of care, but in reality, true detachment is one of the most powerful tools in Stoic philosophy. It's not about ignoring someone or being cold, it's about valuing your inner peace and self-respect above all else. When you detach from someone, especially someone who took your presence for granted, you create a psychological ripple effect that can amplify your value in ways they never anticipated. Here's why. When you are constantly available, accessible, or overly invested, your presence becomes predictable. As humans, we tend to undervalue what's predictable because it doesn't challenge us or trigger curiosity. But the moment you detach gracefully and without drama, you disrupt this pattern. Suddenly, the energy they once took for granted is gone, leaving them to question your absence. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Did I misjudge him? Does he not need me as much as I thought? These questions trigger a deep psychological shift. By stepping back, you allow her to reflect not just on what you offered, but on what she lost. This self-reflection amplifies your value because it forces her to confront the void your absence has created. Detachment also signals confidence. It says, "I know my worth and I don't need to beg for validation or attention." Confidence is magnetic. It's rare, and people are naturally drawn to those who exude it. When you detach, you show her that you are self-sufficient, emotionally strong, and focused on your own growth qualities that make you stand out in a world full of neediness and desperation. Moreover, detachment creates space for respect to grow. Respect can't be demanded. It's earned through actions, composure, and self-control. By walking away when you're not valued, you silently teach others that your presence is a privilege, not a given. She begins to replay your moments together, realizing the depth of what you brought into her life, your stability, your authenticity, your unique energy. Over time, this absence becomes louder than any words could. While others may fill her time, they rarely match the emotional imprint you left behind. Detachment isn't about manipulation. It's about honoring your self-worth. And in doing so, you amplify your value to a level that's unforgettable. Part 4. The long-term effect. When someone experiences the loss of a person with your unique qualities, the impact isn't immediate. It unfolds gradually over time, becoming more profound as the days turn into weeks and months. At first, she might not even realize the depth of what she's lost. Life moves fast and distractions are plentiful. There are friends to meet, social media feeds to scroll through, and perhaps even new people to entertain. But here's the truth. No matter how much she tries to distract herself, the void you left is irreplaceable. You see, when someone leaves a genuine and lasting imprint on another's life, that absence grows more noticeable as time goes on. The shallow connections she tries to form with others won't compare to the authenticity and depth you brought into her life. Those surface-level conversations and fleeting moments of attention only serve to highlight what she's truly missing. A man who was not only present, but engaged, supportive and unwavering in his self-respect and values. What makes this loss even harder for her to bear is the realization that you were not just rare, you were exceptional. As Stoicism teaches, you carried yourself with emotional composure and purpose, qualities that aren't easy to come by. Most people aren't equipped to bring the same level of calmness, focus, and stability into someone's life. When she encounters individuals who lack these traits, she's reminded of how unique you were. The long-term effect of your absence isn't just emotional, it's psychological. Over time, she begins to replay memories in her mind, not just to reminisce, but to understand. Why did I let him go? Why didn't I appreciate him more when he was there? These questions linger, creating a sense of regret and longing that grows stronger as time passes. Even the smallest triggers, a place you both visited, a song that played during a memorable moment, or even a phrase you used often, can bring everything rushing back. The longer she goes without someone who embodies the same strength and self-mastery, the more irreplaceable you become. Ultimately, the long-term effect of your absence is a deep, unshakable realization. Losing you wasn't just losing a person, It was losing a rare connection, a source of stability, and a version of herself that felt safe, understood, and valued. And that is a loss she will carry for a very long time. Part 5. How to stay irreplaceable. Staying irreplaceable isn't about playing games or trying to make others miss you. It's about becoming so aligned with your purpose and principles that your presence is unforgettable. It's not about being perfect. It's about embodying qualities that are rare and valued. Here's how to achieve this through Stoic practices and self-mastery. Master self-discipline. Irreplaceable individuals don't allow emotions or external distractions to dictate their actions. They exercise control over their impulses, choosing logic and reason over chaos. Self-discipline shapes your daily habits, sharpens your focus, and ensures that your actions align with your values. People naturally admire and remember someone who seems unshakable in their self-control, especially in moments of crisis or pressure. Cultivate emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, and relationships can be even more so. To stay irreplaceable, you must develop the ability to handle setbacks and disappointments with grace. When someone sees that you remain composed in difficult times, they associate you with stability, a quality that's increasingly rare. Resilience isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about processing them in a healthy way and moving forward with clarity. Nurture a strong sense of purpose. Purpose drives fulfillment, and fulfillment creates a magnetic energy. When you're deeply invested in something meaningful, whether it's your career, a passion project, or self-improvement, it radiates confidence and ambition. A person with purpose is never stagnant. They are constantly growing, evolving, and achieving. This momentum makes you unforgettable, as people admire those who are driven by something larger than themselves. Maintain boundaries with grace. Setting boundaries doesn't make you less accessible, it makes you more respected. When you value your time, energy, and emotional well-being, others begin to value them too. Boundaries communicate self-respect, and people are drawn to those who prioritize their inner peace without resorting to hostility or guilt-tripping. Lead with authenticity. Irreplaceable individuals are unapologetically themselves. They don't wear masks or pretend to be someone they're not. Authenticity creates a deep emotional connection because it's rare to find someone who is entirely comfortable in their own skin. By being genuine, you show others that you are trustworthy, dependable, and unique. Practice gratitude and humility. Finally, balance your strength with kindness. While Stoicism teaches emotional detachment, it also emphasizes gratitude. Acknowledge those who contribute to your growth and remain humble in your achievements. Gratitude and humility make you approachable, and this combination of strength and warmth cements your irreplaceability. When you embody these principles, you're not just someone who passes through people's lives. You become someone who changes them. She feels the loss of you more than you think, not because of who you were to her, but because of the man you've become for yourself. Now it's time to keep growing. Let her absence fuel your focus, not your regret. If you found value in this video, hit that like button and subscribe to Mindful Stoicism for more insights on mastering yourself and your relationships. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's the greatest lesson you've learned from letting go? Remember, Your worth isn't defined by who stays. It's defined by how you carry yourself when they leave.